Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of the Streaming Ones, our ongoing developer live stream series. We got an awesome show for you this afternoon. We're going to be going through some of the best parts of issue number 14. We're going to have an awesome giveaway of 600 bonus points and a collector's edition of issue number 14. So stay tuned. We'll see you. There we go.
We'll see you.
Well, bam! Yeah, we'll see you. Whatever. Fine.
Yeah,
hey, how's it going?
See ya.
I don't know how to English today. It's all good.
See you next week.
See you
Bye.
around. Thanks for tuning in.
It's been fun.
Hey everyone, my name's Andy Bennett. I'm your community manager.
I'm Joshua Deach. I'm your writer.
Romain Amiel, I'm the game director of the
Sweet.
Secret World.
Awesome.
Welcome.
So what do we got in store today? Issue number 14.
Yes,
Yes.
Josh, what do we have in
me?
store?
It's on me.
Yes.
I'm Ramon's battling insanity. I've been infected by the filth all week.
That is
I'm
true.
wearing black.
The most somber of Argyle.
Why did I agree to sit in a room with you?
Oh, that's right. You are getting over a cold. Yeah, we're gonna be. This is gonna be fun.
My voice sounded much sexier earlier this morning.
Oh,
No,
yes,
it's
indeed.
not sexy.
Oh.
When he's like coughing flames all over his it's not sexy. I mean, it's not what I
Let me
call
turn on the
sexy.
charm, Ramon!
Oh.
Sorry.
Lovely.
So, bear with us. We're all suffering various maladies.
It was funny. I turned to Josh earlier this week, asking, I had an idea of something I wanted to do. I wanted to run it past him to see what he was like. And he gave me his look, and I could not tell if he just thought it was the worst idea in the world, because he looked dead inside. That's when I actually realized he was sick. It could still be, it was a terrible idea.
Oh, I remember that.
But
moment.
the way he looked, it was...
Oh, you thought,
And you were looking at me really, I thought you were
Ramon,
you were
I've learned
gonna
to hide
die.
that feeling really well.
I was try to hide it at least.
When I feel dead inside, based on your ideas,
it was
I can,
great.
I can do it with a smile.
Made me feel
But
good.
sickness
I was
makes me go,
I nailed it.
Did it good.
That's it. So what are we gonna do this week?
Issue 14. More issue
We're
14.
we're gonna continue a little bit of our trek in issue 14. We're gonna, because it's a long issue and we don't want to spoil everything, we're gonna fast forward to the penultimate mission, and go through the pyramid today, and then hopefully we'll have enough time to even go through the final boss, and we'll be talking a little bit about the designs, the ideas behind things, and if you have any questions, as usual, let us know. And without any further ado,
Remember your cloak
let's get
time,
started.
too.
Let me
Uncloak.
uncloak.
In the dusty dark.
Welcome. Da 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 da. Let's. There we go. So here we are, dressed into, what any good adventurer would wear when you're about to go into a deep pyramid.
Mm-hmm.
Story-wise, we left it off. Do you want to give us a little bit of a summary of where we were at a couple of weeks ago, and then what happened in between?
No, really, I have no idea what happened. But you went to Egypt investigating mysterious tremors that the station master sent you because he was a little frazzled because it was affecting Agartha, and earthquakes generally don't do that. So you went there. You followed some trails that led to some interesting information, but really more questions. You measured the earthquakes, found where they were coming from, that they seemed to have sort of cadence to them. You met an old nemesis, Dr. Klein, but at first thinking perhaps, mad science is involved, but he seems just as perplexed as you. And
And then, after you defeat him, he sends you to the next location.
right.
What he calls the Forbidden City, which we
Right.
know as the City
He
of the Sun God.
seems to think it's coming
Everyone's
from this
favorite
location.
Everybody loved it.
Everyone loves it.
Klein's favorite. It's got the Klein stamp.
So, quick spoilers ahead. So,
Love
what
that.
happened in the City of the Sun God before we reach Tamus? Do you want to give it a very quick overview?
Like,
I see your eyes glazing
like
over.
before in
Are
the
you gonna
secret-
die
like
again?
before in the secret
On the
world, or
No, just now.
In this mission.
Since we fast forwarding from mission 1 to mission 5, if
Right.
brief summary of 2, 3, 4.
Geez, it's all a blur. But there were gin involved. There were tablets. There was death. There were screams.
Suspense.
Running around.
Endless action.
Little pleasure, and which eventually led you to finding. This is after you found the tablet.
Yeah, this is after you found the
So you found a tablet that tells sort of mythology, because you're getting the mythos from the creatures that are mythologized about. You read something that the Jinn have written about long ago, and it gets translated for you. And it has to do with something called the Unbound, or it gnaws its name below. Something that the Jinn seem to be, they both kind of revere and are kind of wary and scared of it too. Whatever this thing is that
it's a bit of the holy grail type.
It ate its own name, so it seems that nothing can control it because it doesn't have a tether for that. But supposedly it was trapped or something.
Yeah.
Sounds perfectly safe and manageable.
Yes.
So there we are. So, investigating those. Josh mentioned the Jinn. So the reason why I end up with a Jinn is because they usually have a good knowledge of the earth. So since you go into the city of the sun god, you figure out a lot of things that could be causing tremors, but not really what is at the origin of those particular tremors. So Tamus, standing right in front of us right now, suggests talking to Emir. You need to find a way to persuade Emir, the Jinn, to help you out, and eventually he helps you out by telling you about this tablet, which we have now recovered, and it's written in runes. Emir translates it for you in a kind of a crude English.
Begrudgingly.
And and now that we have the tablet, we're going to send it to Tamus, who's been there for a while, and then hopefully he'll be able to make sense off of it. So let's see what he has to say.
Wondrous. This tablet is a window into the mythologies of the beings we mythologize, set by their own hands. It mentions a being called the Unbound, the first Jinn created by the host. In my many lifetimes, I have known the Eight. I have heard their words. I know of this being. It was made from all 4 elements. It devoured its own name so that none could subjugate it. It was too powerful, too primal, too dangerous. The host learnt their lesson. All future Jinn were created from one element, each to its kind. Some Jinn hailed the Unbound as a hero, admiring its freedom. Others feared it. Neither god nor demon, nor even the Sun-Eaters could contain the Unbound, and yet a solitary man, clever King Solomon, tricked it and trapped it. The Jinn and the lamp? Only the lamp is a contrivance of storytellers. The device was a piece of technology from the Third Age, a containment unit holding a pocket dimension. No, the Unbound is not loose, or else this world would be suffering an even more dire cataclysm. But the diggings and explosions may have disturbed the device. The Unbound is a being of such power that it might influence our world from its pocket prison. This tablet seems to indicate a place beneath the Black Pyramid and alludes to a secret entrance long forgotten. Make haste. The Unbound will be seeking out some poor soul, greedy for wishes, to trick into setting it free. That must not happen.
All right.
Hello.
And we're
yes,
back.
the Unbound was made from the element of surprise.
To answer your question in chat.
I
yes.
like that.
It's
That's
the
what
fifth
we're
element.
using from now. Yeah, the 5th element. Surprise.
Someone also says hats off to the writers.
That was
Jewish.
you were
There you
thanking
go.
me. I'm sorry.
He's a good writer. He's not very smart. But
I
he's a
respond
good
well to
writer.
dominance. That's all. Hats off, writing. Yes, mistress.
Brilliant.
He does everything literally. If you ask him to lend you a hand, you're in for like a world of hurt.
I'm just trying to be helpful.
All right,
Am I gonna
so
read this in my horrible?
here's the. Oh yes, I will make you do it.
Beneath you it eats its name. When all the stars are consumed, we will sing it to the audient void. By fire, by water, by air, by earth. We are born of one the Unbound was not. Best of us, thank you. The first given the breath of life by the host. Wise is the maker who fears their own skill. Woe to all when a thing is made too well. The angels all pallid and wan, Juan trembled when it tore out its own name. It gnashed, it chewed, memory became its food, and then no one could recall the name, not even the makers. Names fetter fast when spoken true, but the Unbound had no chains. The host could not command it, the dreamers could not seduce it, Gaia could not inspire obeisance. Elohim, Jinn, and Shaitan trembled at its savage freedom, by the howling, by the inconceivable fates. In the end, it was a solitary man, a clever ape. King Solomon, the smiling magus, tricked and trapped the Unbound, using a bauble from the age of celestial sciences. The prison, a universe and a trinket, was placed under the Black Pyramid, and there the Unbound remains, behind the entrance unknown. Silently speak these letters 3. There's 3 symbols. We will sing it to the audience void. When all the stars are consumed, beneath you it eats its name.
Ooh.
All right.
I actually took a lot of courses and I learned to read from the last broadcast. I'm making
We're all happy
progress.
for it.
I'm going to earn my GED soon. I'm turning my life around.
You're doing better. It's nice.
Gave up
I'm
math.
impressed.
Not even once.
Look at all my teeth.
Let me cheat a little bit here to teleport there because I realized I have no.
That's brilliant.
I don't have any. I didn't have any Anima Well in this character learned in the playfield, so I didn't have any
Oh.
close point to learn. So
That's okay.
I'm gonna spare you the running to the area.
No one will be admitted to the theater during the tense runnings.
And done. See, that was easy. So something interesting, like as part of this, I've noticed people on the forums actually I've seen the inspiration behind Below You It Eats Its Name.
Oh yeah.
There is a reference.
Roman gave me that inspiration. Roman is my.
into this.
Roman feeds me Buffy stuff that he wants.
That's what I do.
That he wants mimicked. But I actually like that. I like names like that.
Yeah,
very,
it was
it's
right
very
up your alley.
Lovecraftian names. Like Lovecraft either had, or we'll just say cosmic horror to branch into anyone that writes that stuff. But it's either the name with all the consonants that you can't pronounce, or it's that like sentence description that's a name, and I like those.
Yeah.
And the eating the name is what we added to it, and I just like that because that just seems inherently creepy to me. That
Yeah,
eating
it was
its own
great.
name.
Like when we were working on the entire thing, like starting to get the themes and the feeling. Like we knew it was something that happened below you. We know it was like a monster. We already returned, I think, the idea that it didn't have a name because it ate it. And so we had like this kind of from beneath you it devours, which was like the original quote from the was Buffy episode, like toward the end when you have this ultimate bad things happening, and it felt great as giving a little hint because we really like Josh Sweden's like writing at the office as well. It's like, oh, let's give you a little homage, and then and there you go. So kudos for the people who recognized it.
I think the image in my head is that what's that Zeus's father, the painting of him eating his children.
Wait, what?
Never. Which
Oh
one's
my
his
god.
dad?
I know.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh my god.
eating something. I don't remember the name of the painting now. Come to my Twitter account and I'll link it to you. That horrifying painting's like the image I have of. In my head, the name was like this fleshy thing that it was.
Oh, okay.
I was eating like
Kronos.
Kronos.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Thank someone.
Thanks, Twitch chat.
Thank you.
Thank you, Twitch chat.
We're dumb. We love you.
I cannot. I
So
feel
that's it. I've just opened the door, but just
cannot access
doing
information.
ancient Egyptian secrets.
Ooh,
Click on things.
you're such an occultist.
It's just like that. I wanted to show actually a little bit of the foreshadowing that we're doing with symbols. Some of the design stuff I wanted to talk to you about. The point of the symbols that we have in there, you notice it's a very, very simple symbol, but you will notice a lot of red herrings into those things. The eyes that you have start facing a different way. There's one facing to the left, one facing to the right. And the point of putting them so early into the mission is really to start teaching people, saying be careful, we will trick you, we'll force you to pay attention to the direction of those hieroglyphics. It would be so much easier if we did this stream in French, just saying.
We should really just start making up pronunciations for things on this.
Like Thomas?
Yes.
Like Thomas, yeah.
It's hieroglyphics.
Oh, I see.
In English.
Hieroglyphics.
Hieroglyphics. I will translate the hieroglyphics.
It's like Dr. Klein.
Holy crap, you're right. Let's go back to last stream. I can actually read that stuff now.
Yay!
All right. So here we are in the pyramid. So as we mentioned, one of the big thing we wanted to do in this particular pyramid was the mood. Really trying to capture this kind of a
Sexy.
claustrophobic, sexy feeling for some people. It's like, I went to the artist and tell them I wanted to look like Joshua's bedroom, and then all of them have been there as well before, so it's kind of a show. I know exactly what you're talking about.
I have a spooky house.
So it's but yeah, so we were like make it creepy. Obviously, like the torch was a given. I could pick up the item missions, but I will not because I'm supposed to keep this within an hour, and it's already a very long playfield. So let's see what we can do. It's gonna be dashing through a pyramid like the way I'm enjoying it. I'm seeing everything.
It'll be a speed run.
I'm smelling roses.
So here we are. So you can see the atmosphere, like getting the torch. A lot of fun stuff we wanted to do. We had those new scarabs. Like again, the scarabs kind of a little bit of a homage to the Mummy. Like the movie was massive inspiration looking at this, really trying to capture the things they do, and they have those little creepy crawlies everywhere. So we wanted to keep that in. One of the main effects that they have on you, obviously, is they make you drop the torch, which ultimately, I don't know if any of you guys have gotten any cool screenshot with it, but based on where you drop it and when you attack, you get those super cool shadows going across the walls, and I really like it.
Torches are one of the original tension building props in horror movies and stuff, because you could drop it and it'll give so much light.
Anything could happen.
Mm-hmm. One of the best props.
So there we go into a new type of puzzle we wanted to do for this. It's a pressure plate. We've used pressure plate before, but we wanted to do something somewhat different and forcing you to actually solve those puzzles. We have pressure plates in the game. We have a lot of them where people can, we put kind of a fire if you step on the wrong one, starting hurting you. But because we're not too mean, we don't have it kill you instantly. Meaning a lot of people can just kind of brute force their way through it. I've seen a lot of people really. They find those puzzles dumb because they're like, I don't get it. I don't understand what I'm supposed to do. I can just walk, step out, and they think it's the only way for you to actually figure out the puzzle. When usually we try to put other subtle hints somewhere else that will tell you what is the path you're supposed to take. One example, I'm actually thinking in Caden, when you go through the sewer area. I forgot the name of the instance right now. I forgot the name of the mission. My brain is not quite working.
What was this?
Underplace.
In issue 9, the first mission that you do for Imbeda, when you go into for Gozan, actually, when you
Didn't we just call it the labyrinth?
No.
Oh, okay.
Is it right of way? Or?
I don't know.
I can't remember, but if you know the instance I'm talking about, you do have a certain section on which you keep going back between the hell version of the playfield and the normal version of the playfield. And if you look at the hell version of the playfield, you will notice you have mines all over the place, and some of them have exploded and are free. And these patterns gives you the path that you're supposed to follow to be able to do it in the real world, where you don't see those mines, you just see the fire coming out, like when you do it in the hell version. And that was kind of the logic, the way the real world influences hell is like, if the mine is exploded, the actual pedestal in hell becomes non-functioning, and that gives you that path. But I think everyone I watched playing that puzzle did not get this at all, and they were like, oh, I'm just gonna step everywhere, burn a little bit, step out.
Just a little burn.
So this was it's like, it's just a flash wound. But the point of this was like, okay, if you don't figure out the puzzle, what you're supposed to do, you will not be able to solve it. And so the main intention was around the feedback that you do in there, and making sure that, I step on this eye, the eye up there starts glowing, so okay, that's interesting. I step over here, it's gone. But instead, if I step on the next symbol, it starts glowing. So it becomes a very, very simple pattern of just follow these patterns on the ground, open up the door, and you solve the first puzzle. And at this stage, you're thinking, wow, this pyramid is really easy.
Totally easy. Perhaps
and then you get to...
So we have a few dead ends you can go in the pyramid, but the idea as well in the design is you'll notice a lot of the areas that you go to. Oops. Well, there you go, shadow. See how cool is the shadow when he jumps in there? Looking.
Oh, it's a giant monster.
So you'll notice, like, we really didn't want people to get lost in a pyramid. So a lot of the things are very quick dead ends, or in this case, like tiny loops that sends you back into your path right away. Mostly because there's an actual labyrinth at the end. Like, it would be mean to put a labyrinth within a labyrinth. So here we go. We keep trying to go further down and see where this pyramid leads us. So there's a lot of hints about what the pyramid actually is. Is it a pyramid? Was it built by the Egyptian? It looks the part. But could it be something more? Is it something? Is the pyramid built on top of something? Was it aliens? Yeah. So this is another puzzle. I've read some very interesting feedback actually from people as well about this particular puzzle. Into having and we'll go into more kind of a designs intentions like as part of this stream. There's been a lot of people wondering if the point of the design was to learn via failure. Or to actually, or if there's a way to solve it on your first try. And particularly the reason why you want to solve it on your first try is because there is an achievement to do all of the puzzle without failing, without falling, without doing all these things. One of the intention behind achievements that we do, and I mean that most games do usually, the big intention of achievements is usually to give secondary goals when you play your games, and a lot of time is to add replayability to the game. The point of this achievement is we want people to come back to the pyramid, and we want them to know what they're facing, and once they know, when they come in there like aware of the challenge ahead, then they can start figuring out what they have to do in order to solve an achievement. And this is usually true for most of the achievements. Of course, it's still possible for a lot of players, like very patient players and everything, to do everything on their first try. But keep in mind, as a designer, we're trying to make you want to replay the game and having extra intentions for you to play it. So we kind of knew that most people would not be able to get this achievement on their first try, and we hoped they would want to come back and play the game again. But this is one of these particular events. You can actually look down, you can see like a little bit of what's at the bottom, so you can see it's not like a completely bottomless pit. There's not really any way forward symbols around. Some rocks will look like they're standing on something, and the idea is as soon as you step there, you kind of realize, okay, it's one of these invisible bridge puzzle that is common for many movies, everything.
Last Crusade.
And so you can try to figure out yourself, but it's very likely that as you start moving, you will eventually fail the achievements I just have.
Oh.
And this is, for me, this is not failure through gameplay. This is just the intention of gameplay. Like, failure through gameplay is really when you do, it's a lot more, bosses who have death attacks that you have no way of perceiving, like it kills everybody, and then you need to go back and kind of start figuring out, okay, this is when I had to go and hide behind the pillar because I just didn't understand what they were doing. Like, it just happens every minute or something like this. And this kind of a death, like trial through death. This particular example, like if it had been shaped differently, I think players would have had a very different attitude to this. Like, imagine if the floor had been up there and then the floor just broke down underneath you, like forcing you to go into this area. It's the exact same things gameplay-wise. You just have a very different perception of it because you're like, oh well, it looks like the floor was stable, but I step on top of it, it falls in my feet. I could not see this coming, and it's very common. It's like, and that's more this kind of attitude that the behavior. It's a different presentation, but it's. Anyway, I hope that makes sense to everybody. I just wanted to get a chance to explain this a little bit better. All right, so we fall down. We found this guy who had a nice little hat. Looks like he managed to go across that playfield fairly far. And the reason why he went so far is because he had this papyrus. I'm not going to ask you how you pronounce it. I just realized with a lot of these words I just never say out loud, I just write them down. But we have this papyrus.
Papyrus!
This papyrus. And circled some symbols. Hopefully that was the reason why this guy managed to stay alive for so long. And then at the end, he kind of stopped, and he died. So hopefully we won't do the same mistake he did.
Sean Connery will be so sad.
If only we all could not be affected by falling damage in real life and in game.
You are? I'm not.
Ah.
Oh,
Oh God.
my poor ankles.
My secret's been revealed. I'm a human. No.
My one weakness.
No. Falling.
Like,
Gravity.
everybody in the channel is like, no.
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 He died because he used the mat. Dude.
That's true.
He's like,
So let's explain how the map works. So the map is something. That was the entire point of this map. Like, this is a very simple puzzle when you see it, and when you don't, you have no idea actually how the map works. So I wanted to explain a little bit the logic behind it. So again, spoilers ahead. But one of the main things, so you have 2 points where you can start. Each of them face with symbols on the ground. There's another spot on which you can start up there, and you'll notice the symbol which is in front of you happens to be the symbol right in front of you. So this is the place that you're facing. And the idea of the map is it will show you symbols who draw a line across this place. So you will notice here on the ground, I'm looking for a B and an I. And if I look on this side, the third symbol over there is a B, and the third symbol over here is an I. So I can, happily move all the way up to the I. And this person had circled the B, so I know when I'm on this line, the symbol I'm actually looking for is the B over there. Something I'll tell everybody to make it easier is use your compass to align yourself, and then start moving toward the B. Once you get there, you want to look for other symbols. Now it's going to be on the south-north direction, and you're looking for a duck and Isis. And you can see 2 ducks up here, and you'll notice a difference that one of them is actually sleeping while the other one is standing up. And then the last one is Isis. So again, the point here is to try and align yourself properly to those ducks, and then start moving towards it until you get the next symbol, is going to be the tree and the ankh. So the tree and the ankh are pretty much the next symbol right up. So I'm gonna do it this way. The next thing I'm looking for is going to be this symbol, which I forgot what it is again. And the heron. Whoops. So these happen to be the symbols that are all the way to the end, which means it should be safe for me to run all the way up to the tree. And then I can start moving forward. And you follow these symbols until you get out of this. So the next one should be the B. The B is right there. Align myself with
Whoop. Whoop.
It is scary. And the next thing you're looking for is the woman who's standing next to the duck who has its legs up, who's standing up. The duck who has its legs up, Jesus Christ. That's how tired I am these days. Oh no, earthquakes.
It's angry.
So now we can start moving towards that person. This is when we no longer have any idea what to do, because you have 2 sets of symbol of hands facing left, facing right. So where do I go? So the one you click for is the one who are the furthest ahead. That I can go to. Yep. And now the last thing, and this is when you can see there's 2 hints into where you're going actually for at the end. It's because there's only one symbol. So the one thing that you know is 2 things. One, the guy that died below you died toward that side. So that probably means, you don't know which hand you're supposed to go to. But that probably means he went toward that end because he died on this side at the bottom. The other thing is the next symbol you're looking for is the tree who actually has 5 branches compared to 4. And if I look on the wall over there, you have a tree who has 4 branches over there and a tree who has 5 branches over there, which means the hand I'm actually looking to move towards is this hand, and ending up safely
Hooray.
across. So I hope that makes sense to everyone. And that was kind of an idea of so just look around you carefully and see how you can solve that puzzle. All right.
Did it.
I was sure I was gonna fall. Moving on, let's see what's
Further
next. We're
into
having that
the
section.
dusty dark.
Sure is dark in here.
Perhaps,
Sure is.
Darkness.
perhaps dare I say dusty?
Well, while we're spelunking a little bit, I think now's a good time to run a little raffle for a 600 bonus point.
Well, let's raffle.
Yeah.
I have a ball behind me, so I'm not going to wait for you to raffle. I'm going to
Okay.
run.
Just keep, just
That's
save-
the raffle
oh, God.
boulder.
Oh god.
Don't run from the raffle boulder. It has presents.
Phew. Looks like the person who did it before me did not.
No.
Did
But
not
they,
end up
they,
well
lu-
for
they,
them.
they lubricated the ground very well.
That was nice. I almost slipped on this. It's kind of a whoosh. Oh, this is what you should have done. If you go in there and go whoosh.
Right off the edge.
And then
That would have been good.
That would have been good.
Regrets.
Coming soon in the new update.
Yes, next update.
Falling damage?
Slick blood. Slick blood plus falling damage.
All right, so here we end up again with another theme of having another chasm that you're having trouble go across. Something new on the ground which I haven't seen, which doesn't look very Egyptian. All of these symbols. The symbols on the on this kind of raised platform looks like like hieroglyphics, but it's hieroglyphs or hieroglyphics.
Yeah, hieroglyphics.
Yes. Happy Friday, everyone.
Hieroglyphics!
This is what I have to deal with all the time. It's just like this is the most tiring job in the world.
But
I'm actually like I'm 20. See, and this is,
game industry has ravaged this
it's
poor
just killed
man.
me. I started 2 months ago and I used to have long.
Gaming industry
hair.
is like choosing the wrong cup at the end of the Last Crusade.
Oh no.
It's crunch time.
Content releases.
So here we have
Yes.
like symbols, and this is the point of starting making people wonder, why were the Egyptians so advanced? Did they stumble across things that they might not understand? but
Wonder, Daniel.
gave them an edge, where their language maybe even based on some of these symbols. So here we go. We find a lever, and if video games have taught me anything, is if I find a lever, I want to touch it.
The Levier.
The levier, okay. If I see any levier, I want to touch it. I feel like you have way too much fun with that.
I do. I'm Luke.
I feel like in real life, if I actually found a lever to something, a lever, yeah, I would not touch it. Just whoa, forgot. I'm supposed to jump there.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Hello, mummy.
Suspense.
So here we are. So adding some of the stress into the world. Whoops.
Slow.
Why do I
moving
stop that?
death.
And then little Easter egg down there. Mummies are following you. Things are dangerous. If I stepped on this, I will hear some kind of grinding stone in the background. So maybe it's worth not stepping on it right away. But I won't.
Oh, man.
So if you guys haven't done it before,
owned them.
I suspect starting kiting with mummies around. See if there's maybe something else to find. There's a lot of secrets. It's a pyramid based with secrets. So, but it's for you guys to discover. All right.
So congratulations to Clay, the Templar, on your 600 bonus points. I'm actually very
Congrats,
familiar with
Clay.
this individual.
Congrats, yeah.
I've added 600 bonus points to your account. Make sure you're wearing pants. It's an inside joke.
Oh, okay.
He never wears.
Okay.
Or a shirt.
Side joke.
We
is
never
it?
wear pants
It's,
on the.
Yeah, we're actually not wearing pants at all.
No, we never do
Yeah.
during the.
They're all an option. Yeah, congrats. And then at the end of the stream, we'll also do another raffle for the collector's edition of issue number 14.
Edition.
Edition.
The collector's edition.
Collector's edition. Issue number 14. Call of the Nameless. I'm gonna stop now.
So yeah, a little bit
Before
of
mine kills me.
a little bit of platforming in this section. little hints up there in case you're interested to go back for any reason. I don't see any reason why I would want to ever go back through that things, but in case you do, you can actually turn off some of the traps. Makes the way back slightly easier, may make things available. If things is what you're after. Oh no.
Yeah, if you're into that.
Too much stuff. Oh, let's start crafting. Alright, moving on. That's 2 puzzles down. We're doing good. So, in doubt, in a pyramid, go down. Unless you're trying to escape a pyramid, in which case you should be going up.
The Roman Proverbs.
That should be a thing.
Roman Proverbs?
Yeah.
The Book of Roman, verse 2.
If you write it, I'll put my name.
It's funny, I get deals like that sometimes.
Really?
Got this killer idea for a book. You write it, we'll split it 50-50.
Well, the idea is the hard part. I mean, it's...
Clearly. I'm just banging words together like a monkey. A palsied monkey can
That's
do
what
that.
I keep telling you every day.
Ideas are the cerebral part of it.
I laugh, but this is my job, though. I just have the idea. I just make you do that.
That's
monkey.
That is
do
true.
It. I just realized
That's true. That
like,
is your job description. Wow.
Oh yeah.
You turned that into a vocation.
You're my monkey. I like it.
Just make the words monkey. I did the higher function part.
Alright, so here I didn't explain, it felt like very obvious. Just press levers and jump around. I mean,
Jump
what more would you
around.
want? So this place is a lot about the feedback that we had. We went through this, a lot of iteration of these sections of, trying to make sure it was possible for you to understand that whenever you touch one of these levier, I'd say.
You can't trust anything anymore.
This is so hard.
You're eventually going to be like, is it it or is it eight?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The French accent explained. You just have no idea what we're doing. But yeah, so getting this feedback across of seeing both, understanding whether you're increasing the power of those jumping pad, decreasing it, which one is actually being affected. So there was a lot to do with this. Let me get, and I think what I want to do is this. So the one thing I turned off was this one up there, because if you look at this symbol and if you look at the power, you will notice a blood splatter up there, which is just what I've done. This is exactly what I wanted to do, just demo what not to do.
I like that.
Doing it right.
I like to think some non-secret world there like leapt on that and just like
Yeah.
Smeared.
Alright, so this is the one not to do. Let's go with what to do now. And this is because we're nice people, again, giving you shortcuts at the bottom so you can go back to it. So, let's see where we're at. This is the one whose power I want to turn off.
So an interesting thing came up on the forums when I was reading them about some really cool discussion about the true identity of King Solomon, if there even is one.
oh right.
I thought that was really interesting, actually. Now, I'm going to refrain from any comments or confirmations or anything like that, but it's a fascinating discussion.
Can I
that's on the
confirm or
forums
deny?
right now.
But I've
Yeah, it's
read-
actually
I've
a
read
really
that.
interesting discussion. Yeah, talk about I saw some people on Twitch talking about Solomon himself. And,
Who he is or might be. Or...
Oh no, I was
Yeah.
teasing you. What's going on?
Oh, okay.
oh, are we gonna find out who he is? What, King Solomon?
Maybe.
There were some theories, but it was fun. It's fun researching King Solomon because he's basically like the biblical John Constantine. He's just
No.
he just like keeps. He's just this human, but he's got like a million. He's got 72 demons that he's bound in, jinn that bound
Yeah.
him, courts of this and that.
He's a good scapegoat.
But he's
That's,
I mean, he's like a prophet, but he's like a sinner too. He's just an interesting character.
No, this he definitely has an importance. This was like a great part to use him to. We want him to be an important character, and there might be more.
Hooray!
Confirmed, he'll be playable next match.
Look like King Solomon. All right.
I really like jumping around in this puzzle. Also, it reminded me of just a couple other like fun things that I've just played like Portal and stuff like that. I thought that was really cool.
That was kind of the point of this puzzle. A lot of it is, we wanted those puzzles to be like with several type of puzzle that we do in the Secret World, and we always try to do like all types of all the ones that force you to go on the internet and look up solution and learn something new about potentially about the lore, things about happen within the real world. But there's also like a lot of puzzle that we like to do like within the game, which is just about you like looking at the world around you and solving things. So this was the kind of the theme of those puzzles, but just everything is in your face, and then just look around you and be smart on the go. And yeah, this is the kind of stuff we can do. So it was really fun for us. But like this puzzle, for example, went through a lot of iteration. It was very, very easy for the most part, because it's surprisingly difficult to do these puzzles, because you often end up with a way there, you play through everything and then you realize that all you have to do is to press every single lever you come across, and then you solve the entire thing. So it's this puzzle was kind of done into like we want people to go back, use a lever for a certain purpose, and then go back to use it again in order to turn certain things off. So
Someone suggests that we should have another puzzle element that's gravity shift, so you just start bouncing or like take a jump pad and like end up walking on the ceiling or something like that.
That'd be awesome.
That'd be some super trippy
Or if
stuff.
we had some kind of Escher landscape.
Yeah. Some crazy non-Euclidean
And I know.
geometry, yeah.
a programmer watching the stream right now probably just shot themselves.
This is like, no.
Never!
Fucking idea, people.
No!
That's where my idea thing comes in. I'll be like, hey, let's just do this. How hard
Yeah.
could it be to program?
It'll be cheap and it'll be easy. And
Yeah.
it'll take no time.
This is what I do, and then
just
because
hit the
I'm
button.
tired of doing
Just
it
hit a series
sometimes,
of
they
buttons.
just go tell the programmers
That's all
yourself.
Beat Death is. There's a series of buttons.
I'll just watch.
So I complain about it, but I do the same thing to people whose skills are outside my scope of understanding.
Yeah, it shouldn't take too long.
Just press the button. Make it an MMO. How hard could it be?
The MMO button.
No, I know that everything I ask, there must be something like that's impossible. I've learned just from all the complexities, all the little compromises you have to make writing for a video game. Like you can't just be like this story element, because you'll end up being like, no, he can't wear an apron in that scene, or no, you can't ask questions through this whole dialogue. That was a recent one. I had to turn all these questions into statements. But so yeah, video game writing tips. You have to learn to be able to. You can't sit on your ivory tower of your words and be like, this is how it has to be. You constantly have to change things for almost seemingly random logistics.
This is how I feel like when I started working with Josh a few years ago. I was trying to be mindful of his feeling, and he ended up taking
That was
a lot
a nice
of.
time.
These ages passed, because I was always like, because he's a fantastic writer. Like there's no denying. And I usually don't tell him to his face, but he's pretty good. But there's a lot of time where I was like, okay, so I read it. It's really good. It works great, but it really doesn't work like the game. And you see the love just like no. And now I'm just like, dude, that doesn't work.
Like, fuck you.
Do it again. Again.
Which it just shortens and shortens. Now it's just fuck.
It's like, hate it. Can do better.
Room for improvement.
So little things of showing like everybody like doing this thing like their part, like world designers as well. Some of the cool thing they can do is playing with shadows, so giving you this feeling you're going through is like, oh no, like there's some creepy huge monster going in there, big scorpion, and then you go through and just like a tiny little scorpion just happen to be hanging out in front of a flame and doing some kind of cool little stuff. So playing with shadow is really fun as
I think the scorpions there are like, yes, foolish human.
I was so happy when we got like those the animators and stuff were really nice to give us way of making those things working on the ceilings, working on the sides. Like
That helps.
it
That's
has like
creepier
such a
than
cool
just-
feel.
That's
yeah.
creepier than just on the ground.
Oh, super happy. Like the team, I think everybody was really excited and everybody had tons of little things wanted to do to help on the polish, and it came out together very well. I think it's a nice like immersive experience. All right, so here we go. And something I should mention. I mentioned before, but you probably have noticed. You know, we mentioned the tremors. You noticed the tremors happening a lot. You will notice those tremors escalate. The ones that you have in the Scorched Desert are not the same as the ones you get in Sinnoh the Sun God, and now you're getting closer to your goal. The one that you get inside the pyramids are also quite different.
Premium tremors.
And there's some things hidden inside with tremors. I recommend like. I don't know.
Oh, that's a tremor. Yeah.
Did you hear anything? Did you notice like the screen? There's some things
Might
down
be
there.
sounds hidden in there.
Yeah.
Dare I say a cadence?
I wonder.
Saying how
A cadence? Dare I say a cadence?
Yes.
A cadence, you told me.
Cadence.
Talking about immersion, how immersive everything is, and then you come to this puzzle.
So this puzzle is like this is what we talked about. So at the beginning, so we've taught you that mechanic now of what you're supposed to do.
So it's your fault.
How it works exactly, guys. Come on. So we've told the player what is the intention, how those things work. So now it's adding the difficulty to it. So we know you can do it one at a time. Let's see how you can do it, trying to juggle 4 of them at a time. The idea this is the exact same principle as before, apart that if you use any of those pressure plates to solve any of those puzzles in front of you, it will become unavailable for the others. So it really is a matter of mapping out what you're looking into, and then making sure you don't end up solving one of these puzzles is going to prevent you from solving another. So there's a little bit of trial and error. We've put like an easy way of resetting the puzzles, and then if I remember this one, you can actually solve anywhere. I'm going to do this. So that's one. So there is a little bit of a trial and error for sure into what you're supposed to do. There is a hint, is actually one thing which was, I realized maybe we should have laid it out better. It's all of them it always starts from one side or the other. None of the puzzle actually starts from the middle. So that knowing this makes it a little bit easier to start any of these puzzles. But this one is the easy one. So see some of the things you're looking like for 3 of. That's the reason why you have 3 birds following each other, because it's an easy pattern to spot when you start looking at things. One more.
You should just jump on the jump pad in the middle right now.
Do it.
Just do it. Build character. Put hair in your chest.
Do it.
Let's do it. No.
People are talking about how they had lovely experiences with the spring pad without solving it first.
I don't know what it does. Well, that's what we're being nice though. Like again, it's like the first 2 times we just we push you a little bit further. Second time we push you a bit further, and after that it's like, okay, you've learned it now. We'll kill you. And then no,
You're done.
I love it. It's really fascinating to see. You want to try everything. I mean, I do the exact same thing. I'm like, I wonder this time did they follow the same logic? And then you die. It's like, yeah, they did. Then it's
like QA almost.
I need 2i.
Does it still break? Okay. Do I still break? Okay.
I need IIN ISIS. Oh my god, we both the same. I can't remember which one.
Ramon.
No.
Could it be? Yeah. It's over there.
Yay.
You did it.
See, easy, first try. Never done this before.
Oh my gosh, it's
Jeez.
amazing.
All right. I actually think I'm going in the wrong direction. It's fun actually. We played this a lot, obviously, when you implement, but I haven't played this like now in a few weeks. So I was getting a little bit nervous, going like, oh no, I haven't refreshed anything. We've been very busy with some of the new content that we're working on. It's like always moving forward. It's like I had zero time to prepare. Like all streams are really prepared. I should not say what I just said. It's like we spent a long time preparing every single of the streams.
We rehearsed all of this.
Everything.
Even what he just said now, that was rehearsed.
Yeah. Pretend to be dumb.
Takes a
Pretend
lot
to
of
be dumb.
rehearsal to sound that.
We're
natural.
not really dumb. We're not.
I am.
That's true, man. That's why we hired you.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
we're
I'm
not
just
dumb.
that dumb guy. I press the retweet button. That's my job.
So here, adding a little bit of a scare. Like mummies. Very important for pyramids. I'm so happy with the way this turned out. We have some good artists can come.
Our artists are awesome.
This is such a cool cool view.
Our environment artist is actually in Twitch chat right now. I won't call him out, but yeah, kudos to you, man.
Good job.
Yeah, kudos to you and all,
Look how
all
pretty
the
that
stuff
is.
you've been
Whoever
doing,
you
man.
may
Yeah.
be.
It's freaking awesome.
I like those statue
So really
faces
well.
are cool.
All right, so we've seen the labyrinth. We've seen the exit. Let's try to go through it and see what happens. So the labyrinth, it was a labyrinth. I don't want people to get too lost into it. That was the main thing because it becomes frustrating. So there's a lot of checkpoints. There's checkpoints throughout the entire pyramid. Like we know it was a long playfield. We wanted the playfield to be. We wanted this to be like a cool playfield that people really like, that really kept the experience. We had a lot of inspiration, anything we wanted to do. So we had the point of either we can make it short, same as the other playfield, or we can make it as long as we want it to be. And of course, the word of the day was important to add checkpoints everywhere. We don't want people to have to sit down and play through the entire thing, take like a full hour and solve it. So we make sure that whenever you solve a puzzle, you get a checkpoint. You can choose to resume your mission later on and still play at your own pace. It was very, very important. So
Yeah, a lot of comments about this particular puzzle, including for myself. This is probably my number one favorite thing that we've done, probably ever. This whole labyrinth thing, especially with the challenge that's coming. Yeah.
So giving mummy symbols. So there's a lot of things for you to find out, understanding how things work. So this is again giving the danger of mummies starting to come after you. It was something for me that kind of it's a rule of MMOs. We always make zombies, we always make mummies. It's Egypt's location, but you don't want to make monsters who are slow that you can just kite around, get infinite XP, and because a system designer will kill you if you tell them that. So everything has to move at the same speed, do similar amount of damage. It's true for pretty much all games, but for me, more from a storytelling perspective, it's the zombie and mummies are supposed to be slow and creepy and all those things. So this was really a place to try and have fun with this and say, okay, I want to kite that mummy and try to find a way behind them. And it makes the thing, it adds a different version of gameplay when you have this pressure of just the thing that follows you. Those platforms, to explain them, so this was the symbol of protection. This is the symbol we use all over the place that shuts down traps. And also, if you notice, if you look up, you will see a lightning beam goes and kills mummies all around. And this is again, to make okay, congratulations, you solved that little puzzle, checkpoint type of things. Let's move on and making sure you don't have too much failure and going back, etc. So new type of puzzle, seeing doors. I just realized we are starting to run out of time. It's so stressful.
No, hurry!
No. So opening up a door, two symbols on this one. So two doors. This other door, just a close as I open this one. So I wish I could just move one of them. It's not gonna be in there. Is it gonna be in there? I wish. Oh. So now I change one of the doors which I saw earlier, the one with the entrance symbol. And now these two doors should be both aligned properly, so if I use it, both doors will open at the same time, giving me a path to freedom. Yay, I'm so smart.
Freedom.
We're doing good pace in this labyrinth.
I'll take it.
Making good time. Uh-oh.
You're on labyrinths, you want darts. It's a given.
I'm just waiting for the chase. I think most people probably watching this have already played this by now.
Spoiling everything, if not.
Spoiling everything, oh my god.
So again, very important thing. This, as part of playtest, when we got through this, we realized people, you move at the speed I did, and you end up moving forward. You don't see that mummy coming through, and you get killed, and it's not fun. So that's kind of the idea behind that big cobra you have in there. It's kind of it startles you, just to allow you to kind of take your feet, take your hands off the keyboard. I play with my feet at home.
Take your feet off the keyboard.
And then actually, as soon as you stop, you get a chance of seeing that mummy just come within your line of sight and say, "Whoa, good thing I stopped there." Mm-hmm. This is kind of hopefully all of this usually happens, on the subconscious level, and then you get to see what we really want you to see. And so now it's just a matter of again, it's another chase the mummy. So the puzzles are getting gradually more complex, more chance of dying. Here comes the mummy again.
Just shambling along.
Yeah. I like the way they work, like they
Faster.
almost trip.
Needs to do some yoga.
You should just kill it.
Are you trying to kill me? I don't trust this game. I know that it doesn't mean before you make it that you'll die.
What?
All right.
Is that my mummy?
Are you my mummy?
So let's see if we can see that. We saw the laser strike at least. The mummy getting killed up there.
Are you my mummy?
No.
No.
Mummy.
People are just going on about that mummy now. Sweep the leg.
All right.
That's the
Ron's like,
secret.
no.
That's the secret.
So getting trickier now. We're forcing you. You see danger, and we're forcing you to move towards that danger to do those things. A bit of a chase.
House of 10,000 darts.
While the Endbound keeps calling. Come on, what are you doing? Hurry up.
Guys,
Where's
come
my
on.
pizza?
Fuck.
Said 30 minutes or less. It's free.
I've been sitting here eating my name for
Oh, no.
hours.
Alright, well this is bigger. This is suspiciously big.
Oh,
Ah, run!
I don't know, I almost pooped my pants when I first saw that. I'm not gonna lie. Like someone said earlier in chat, it's not a real puzzle until you're pooping in a sock.
It startles easily. So here you'll notice, so the point of this final wall just moved in a very, very strange manner, something which doesn't look like what Edgician would be doing. And the idea is we want you to start wondering about what just happened, but you don't have time to wonder it because
What
Big
just
Mummy is behind you.
happened?
And so now I have a little path, something I can look in there, big laser on the other side, and then Big Mummy that keeps following me, and then a mean path down there with stuff on which I can start, if I choose to, kiting little mummy around, earning myself some time in order to solve this puzzle, which I'm going to try to do quickly. Giving out all the answer. Oh no. So I have 2 of the doors left to do. Screw the dots.
Push button. All right. While we're doing this,
Did I mess it up?
I would like to do the second
There.
raffle. for the
Raffle
street.
2.
Ooh, raffle number 2. Now this is for the collector's edition
Whoa.
of issue number 14, which of course includes the Fabulous Arabian Dreams
Big
outfit.
laser.
The big. There's no big lasers. No big lasers.
Big
Giant
laser
laser.
on screen.
Big lasers on the screen. Yes. Giant mummy. Not included in issue 14. To get the outfit,
Now we have to include a big laser. Thanks.
yes.
So you'll notice,
Marketing info.
just to finish, you'll notice the big laser
Okay.
is go through the eye, open the door, done. You can finish collector's edition.
I was just gonna
That's
say.
awesome.
I was gonna say the thing. Everyone's saying raffle. I haven't even started yet, guys.
Anticipation.
Old.
There. Now you can start it. There you go.
Wow.
So rifle collector's edition. Now a little bit more story. So this was we've reached the end of the pyramid. We've reached that weird building that you saw toward the middle, and then now kind of the big reveal. So the kind of storytelling is I open this, and then earthquake happened. Things don't go quite right. Starting to realize that
No.
there seems to be something hidden.
Something seems to
In the
have gone
mechanism, yeah.
awry.
It looks like those Egyptians were actually only kind of there's some kind of other technology. You might kind of recognize the idea behind it, and it's kind of
Recognize.
you recognize it,
Yes.
and then you press the lever, and
Olivier. Recognize. You see, you're catching on now.
people will get like 2 weeks from now. We can see what kind of language is he speaking.
We're gonna have our own. We're gonna have our own stream.
I'll be so proud.
Speak.
And so so this was like the big reveal of the end. Like, you know, we've hinted at all of this, like all this time is like, you know, what kind of technology exactly was this? Where does it come from? And like you realize, okay, it's definitely something which predates what we know from Egypt. Probably this entire structure was probably there from a long time. The pyramid was built like 5,000 years ago as part of the Fourth Age. On top of something which is much older,
Perhaps from an older
something that
age.
Solomon used to trap that beast, and then, you know, try to be shaped to be to look more recent than it actually is.
Mm-hmm. And does
So it's
that
kind of
mean
the
that Solomon is from a
storytelling.
previous age?
Who knows? But then you probably notice so that, you know, that the tremor happened again. You saw that big kind of wave coming out of the lamp of Aladdin. So, you know, of that device that actually was the thing which has been shouting for some time now in Egypt to come and free it. Why is it shouting? Well, it looks like there's some damage were done on this pillar.
He wants to get out of this ancient Apple store. That he's
Yeah,
started.
he's been shouting for a long time. He just had no
He's
idea.
an Apple
that
genius.
No.
destroyed everything. Post stories, and then we just go.
I do it again. You know that society.
Yeah,
I
right.
do it again.
And so, you know, so this part of the idea that we have is like, you know, this has been going on for thousands of years, obviously, like calling out for people to free him out. But recently, in the second mission that you play, you realize that the Athenists have been starting doing some kind of excavation that caused actual tremors into the world, caused, you know, some of the ceiling to fall accidentally on this pillar, who was supposed to block out that kind of an energy wave, phone call really that the Jinn is doing.
So something's getting out.
And then so now, you know, you're gonna have to repair it, but of course curiosity kills the cat. If I go close, we'll just look at this last thing, and then we're already past the time, so I won't have time to play through the boss today.
That'll be up to you, viewers at home.
But we'll let you figure out how to actually fight out the final boss. We will watch that little cutscene, and then that'll be the end of that of our issue 14 streams. We
Yeah.
hope you guys enjoyed the story. At least we hope we shed some light.
Yeah, there's a couple of people were
On what's
saying
going
how the big reveal at the end, like before you go to the genie's room or the lamp room and
Mhm.
stuff like that. There's like
Yeah.
third agent. Oh my god! Yeah, it was like super like mind blowing for a lot of people.
Sweet.
Also, real quick, the winner of the second raffle for this afternoon is Firefly Malcolm. Congratulations.
Congrats!
Yeah.
Collector's
Firefly
edition.
Malcolm.
So you got the collector's edition, of issue number 14. I've sent you a PM on Twitch. Please respond with your in-game character name, so that way I can flag your count.
Strength is reduced to 1/1000.
By the
You take
so
some notes,
funny
because
over
they're
this
gonna hate you, man.
Sorry.
Bites, Solomon. Is that you? Smiling Magus, have you come to gloat? Age skipper, light tongue. You stole greatness from the cosmos as the raven stole the sun from the sky. No. You are not Solomon. Neither Jinn, cherub, nor shaitan. A mud doll. You have a mere sulphur breath upon you. Poor wretch. He is ashes where once he was fire.
All right.
Detects foreign bodies in its cell.
So yeah, one question popped up also. Yeah, who voiced the prison during the Unbound fight? It is not Frida Wolf, the person who voiced Lorraine from the park. It was actually multiple people.
But Frida was not part of them,
Yeah.
but it was cool. I saw this on the forum earlier, and it was funny.
My power will
But here we go.
It's a
So this is
badass looking
the
gin.
big reveal of the gin. Did you have the concept right? We had on
I
the,
did, yes.
I wanted to show you. I'm
There it
actually
is.
gonna go
That's a
and.
good concept.
now.
Some delicious concept.
So yeah, it was really awesome. We wanted to show a gin that showed all the elements. You'll notice, like, compared to the concept and the real monsters, we've highlighted more of the colors on the rope to try and really reflect that all of the fire, earth, water, and air elements are his area of expertise. And then you get a fight where you get to experience what it's like to be trapped inside a third age relic, and gives you a little bit of a taste of what may have happened during that time. And yeah, there's plenty of more cool stuff like this that we can do. So we'll let you guys play the fight on your own. We really hope, you enjoy the issue. We hope that the
Love
stream
us.
helps you with with the stories and the design intentions. And I think that's about it for us for this week.
Awesome. I have two quick little things to
Sure.
go over, just a little community roundup kind of thing. So first and foremost, we have about a day left of voting for the Dev Q&A, the architects, on the official Secret World forums. Those can be found in the general discussion subforum on the English TSW forums. Vote for your favorite question to ask Mags, which is our lead systems designer. There's 10 questions up. You can only vote once, so please choose carefully. There's some awesome questions up there, and I'm actually personally looking forward to seeing the answers. And then one other thing, so I had the pleasure of being interviewed by some fine folks from the TSW community on a podcast last, what day was it even? Was it Saturday? It was Saturday morning, yeah. And so we got into the discussion of what my beard's name would be.
Right.
And it was brought to a poll as well. Everyone's like, what?
Go vote. This is important.
Well, it's already been voted.
Oh, yes.
The winner is Beardenoptera.
Nice.
Bob 2.
Yeah,
I
Bob number
see.
2. Can't pronounce that either.
We just
Good one.
on this side we just have beard envy. They situate us in order of beard magnificence.
That's true.
So there you go.
There you go.
Cool.
Awesome. We'll see you again in 2 weeks, during which we'll be resuming our talks about factions, and we'll be talking a little bit about the Templars.
Yay, Templar stream. Highly anticipated.
Yay.
Wear red.
Yes, I will.
All right.
Yes, correct.
I will wear some.
All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it.
Thanks,
Have a
you
good one.
guys. See you in a couple of
Bye-bye.
weeks. Bye.